It has been a tumultuous 2 weeks, but it is finally time for football as we're underway in Super Bowl 62. And we will not have a return, so the first drive of this Super Bowl will begin at the 25. So here are the Lions now coming out for their opening drive. They'll be led out by a Heisman runner-up during his college days. It's the versatile Jalen Hurts.
As we begin the Super Bowl, we're looking at one of the game's most important players. And whether he's the centerpiece of the offense or taking a backseat to his teammates, offenses always look to the quarterback to be a leader in moments like this. He's got to be that calm, composed pillar out there who stays level-headed and keeps everyone focused on the task at hand.
And that is the kind of tackling they want to see all game as he'll lose yardage to start things out. On 2nd and 11 now. Hurts. Over the middle to Evans.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes and they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. And the fair catch is made at about the 27-yard line. So out come the Texans for their opening drive. And they will be led out by the youngster, the rookie, their QB.
And as we know and as we've discussed here in the run-up to this game, this is history in the making. The first rookie quarterback to ever start in a Super Bowl. An absolutely tremendous accomplishment, something no one else has done. But he doesn't want to just go down as the first to make a Super Bowl. He's told us all week he's here to win it.
On the ground, it's Pierce to begin the drive. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
That's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stump that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Howard. And he's upended at the 33, following a good pickup of 8. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Open man, here's Foster. And he's going to be a yard short. Needed 4, but got 3.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line.
And he's got to be fired up about that effort. I don't think he could have walked down and placed it any better than where he ended up putting the football. That was excellent.
Back onto the field come the Lions for their 2nd overall drive. And they will begin with, should we call it, far from ideal starting field position, their own 2-yard line.
So what's your definition of ideal?
The 1-yard line on the other side of the field.
Yes, exactly right. So, yes, your definition is apropos in this case.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Up the middle they go. It's Saunders, and able to get it across the 10 to the 15. Trying to find some space to operate, and now they'll have it, a gain of 12, a big first down to get away from the end zone. On 1st and 10, it's Hall. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. From the 17, Hurts. And he's going to hook up with his big tight end, complete. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. His first catch of this Super Bowl, and it'll be good for a first down.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it. Sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
And he'll get up to the 43-yard line.
Now that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
Hurts throw taken in by Evans here. His second catch in the Super Bowl, and it's good enough for a first down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Play action. Here's Hurts. And that's to Amon-Ra St. Brown. And he'll be dropped just shy of the 35 at the 34. A pickup of 17 on a play that originated at the 17.
I don't care who you put on him, he's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe needs some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
On first down, Hurts. Going to throw right side here, complete. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
To win any route, you've got to break down the defender, and that's exactly what happened here on this really nicely executed curl route.
Off the play fake, here's Hurts. This pass out wide to Hall. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here. On second down, a run with Hall. Able to fight for about 4 yards there to the 13. They'll run with Hall. And he will have the first down before he's tackled at the 12. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Hall again. And he's going to get about 4 down inside the 10 to the 9. 9-yard line, 2nd and 6. Now a handoff up the middle. It's Rhodes. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Hurts sets up to throw it. And he wisely will throw that one away. Blanketed coverage by Houston. Makes it 4th down.
Well, it's been a tough go for them. These guys have been driving down the field, but defensively, once they got their backs to the goal line, turned up the pressure, that's going to lead to a 4th down. Well played.
The kick by Elliott is good. And the Lions are going to take a 3-0 lead. So after drive number 3 here, we have a score, and it's 3 points after the field goal.
I would say the feeling out process for both these teams, I'd say it's over, partner. Everyone understands what's going on now. You've kind of probed a little bit. Now you want to start throwing the big shots. First 3 points up on the board could be significant.
Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. Now I think we're going to get a timeout here. Yes, a timeout here as it looks like we've got a Lion that's shaken up. The medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They trail early on in this Super Bowl as they come up 1st and 10. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. It's complete. It's Gore. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Over the middle, complete. It's Howard. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
That's interference. Defense.
So the penalty rightfully declined. They'll keep the yardage on the completion.
Still some disagreement by the defense, though, because he thought that was just good, strong coverage, and the contact's going both ways, so why is there a flag? In the end, though, doesn't matter. Still a completed pass.
He'll air this one out deep for Sims. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Texans. A big play there. 49 yards. And the Texans are able to answer the early 3 points and take a first-quarter lead. So obviously they will decline the penalty there, and the result is 6 points.
The penalty is declined.
Harrison Butker is on for the extra point. He's got it. They'll see that opening drive field goal and raise it a touchdown, and that makes it 7-3. Is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They trail early on in this Super Bowl as they come up 1st and 10. That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Up the middle they go. It's Rhodes. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. So that does it for the first quarter of Super Bowl 62. Back in a moment. 7-3 the score. The NFL on EA Sports continues right after this message. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and we are ready to return to Super Bowl 62 action. Start of the second quarter. Here we go. His second catch of the Super Bowl, and it's good enough for a first down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
On first down, Rhodes. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. On second down, it's Rhodes. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Hurts. And that'll be caught by St. Brown. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line. Now I think we're going to get a timeout here. Yes, a timeout here as it looks like we've got a Lion that's shaken up. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. Looking to throw again on second down. Hurts. He finds his man complete. That's Rhodes. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. The Lions passing game in sync now. They've got another first down. Here's Hurts to throw. And that's hauled in by St. Brown over the middle. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20. On second down now, it's Rhodes. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
And that's a nice pickup of a first down on that second down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. Quick throw finding Mike Evans. And the Lions are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
They'll run on first down. Saunders, and he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Punching it in from a yard away. And the Lions have regained the lead. Elliott good with a PAT. And the lead is now 10-7. So that drive goes a full 80 yards in 10 plays. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. And now out comes Houston.
As this offense comes back out here, Charles, they're trailing in this ball game. And they've been on the sideline for a while. They did score their last time out, but they just had to watch that long, sustained drive. So we'll see if they can shake the rust off.
Yeah, and that's always a question that you have when you have to come off the bench after having sat there for a long time. Are you ready to go? Are you loosened up? But even more so, are you mentally alert and ready to put your best product out there?
That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards at first down.
That's a pretty throw right there. That ball's in the air a long time, but it's right on the money on the right sideline. A really good route. Moving the defenders towards the middle of the field before breaking to the sideline. What a completion there. Big-time arm strength. Very nice route.
He's going to rifle one deep left side. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Oh, this is going to be caught along the sidelines. Probably shouldn't have been caught. He's going to lose yardage there. They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play. And that'll make it 3rd and 13. Again, he'll drop to throw. And that's caught inside the 35. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30.
So they will wave off the flag and let the completion stand.
Really great job by the receiver fighting through all the contact and still coming down with the football. All that great work in practice being put into the game.
And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this. So, roughing the passer penalty, never one that you like to see.
Not at all, and especially when you're in that final push of the season. You can't afford to get your quarterback hurt before the playoffs roll around. And we know they'll be here before you know it.
Well, I think the hope is, with a touch pass like that maybe you catch the defense off guard, but they were all over that one.
And it is the kind of play that works better against certain defenses, and this clearly was the wrong one to run into. Really nice job getting him down behind the line of scrimmage.
The 2nd down attempt there knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete. Back to throw again.
Gets the dump off to Pierce.
And he's going to come up well shy of the first here as the tackle's made right around the 12. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
How about that strategy there, Brandon? 3rd down. They just said, we've got faith in our tackles. We'll give you the short stuff, and just decided to protect the sticks. So every time I hear fans telling me tackling's not a part of the game anymore, plays like that, I can clip and save and show them you have to tackle well if you want to be a good defense.
Butker's kick here is good, and that will knot us up at 10. So they put together a good little drive there, but ultimately stalling out in the red zone.
Yeah, I know a lot of people look at it as a little bit of a negative. They didn't get 6 points out of it, right? Didn't get the touchdown. But that's actually okay. They got 3 points. Able to give their defense a little bit of rest, let them settle down over there. So all in all, to me, that's a good drive.
And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. The Lions offense set to take over. And the football changing hands here, and as this offense takes the field, Charles, they'd be fine with more of the same on this upcoming drive. Last time out, they found the end zone for 6.
And they're certainly hoping for more of the same, but the game plan, I doubt it'll just be a carbon copy of the last drive, because I think this offense is ready to break out some new wrinkles and try some new things that might be hidden in their playbook. They want to use that confidence to its advantage, while also keeping the defense from anticipating what's up next.
And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
It's nice every now and then in this game not to see people overthink it. Just hand it to the old reliable guy, let him pick up the 1st down.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Throwing is Hurts.
And a throw right sideline is complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Well, we know he's got the speed there. He needed the speed and the hands. A great catch.
And because of that speed, you have to respect it as a defender. So you have to either play off or make sure you're somehow in contact with him, and he's able to do exactly what you said. Use the speed to his advantage and go up and get the football. That's a big-time play right there.
And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I really like what he did there because he took his practice work and converted it to game action because he used his hands, got off the block, worked laterally and stayed to the outside, and finished off the runner for a loss.
They go play action with Hurts.
And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground.
Willie Gay getting in there and picking up the sack. So that time, Charles, quarterback helpless really in the pocket in the face of a pass rush like that. They were on him instantly.
Yeah, that's when we turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time, he had no chance. They were on him instantly.
As we check the next-gen stats, you'll see he had precious little time to do anything with the football there.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
Here's Jake Elliott. Career long, by the way, for him, 61 yards. So this will be spotted on the midfield logo. It's a 58-yard attempt.
We have reached the 2-minute warning. In fact, just under 2 minutes to play in the opening half of this year's Super Bowl.
After the field goal, here's Elliott to kick it away.
And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. Houston's offense taking over again.
And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. Here's a quick hitch route and the throw complete. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. Throw left side complete. That's Pierce. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. They'll look to throw again.
Delivers another one to Pierce.
And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Now another timeout called for by the offense. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
You've always been very good about checking my math. Am I correct? That's the first time that it's been incomplete when they've thrown it to him?
Yes, he had caught every other ball coming his way.
So they feel like they've got something really good going there, and they're going to continue to go there until the defense makes an adjustment and takes it away.
Well, they finally made an adjustment there. We'll see if they can build on that stuff.
The Lions now taking over late in this first half.
And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that can change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
Hurts.
Wide open receiver complete. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. They'll set up a throw. And he will find his man on the end route, complete. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. They'll throw on first down with Hurts. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end.
And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. From the right hash, this from 48. The kick by Elliott is good, and that extends their advantage to 6. It's 16-10.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
So it's halftime here on sports' grandest stage in the Super Bowl. As we toss it an hour or so east of here to Orlando, it's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. What a season this has been. Hard to believe it ends tonight, as we'll get back to you guys for the second half of this Super Bowl in just a moment. Time now for a check of the next-gen stats in that first half for the Lions. And they've had some success on the ground. And with the lead going into the second half, they'll no doubt be looking to keep it going. Meanwhile, for the Texans, there's a look at what they were able to do throwing the football. And they'll need to get things in gear as they trail here at the break.
Okay, Coach, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. For the Texans getting ready to go here to begin the third quarter. And they trail here in the Super Bowl, but fortunately for them, Charles, very much still within striking range.
Yeah, things didn't go exactly the way they planned in the first half. To me, they appeared to be a little bit tight, made a few errors they normally wouldn't. But, of course, this is the Super Bowl, so things get a little bit heightened in that regard. But I think they have to feel a little fortunate. They're only down what they are here starting the third quarter. Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and, of course, foot dragging.
Little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
First and 10, it's Pierce.
And some room to maneuver. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. That's good for a Texan first down, a 12-yard pickup.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's first and 10 at the 48-yard line. They'll look to throw.
He's got his man. It's Pierce.
And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain. Second and 9 now. And he fires one incomplete. They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the first down marker is here on third. He'll drop to throw. Buying, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. The Texans send the punter out as he'll come on to kick this one away. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. Fair catch called for right around the 11-yard line.
Off the play fake, here's Hurts.
Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. Now a handoff up the middle. It's Saunders, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage.
They lose 2 on that last play, so things get even tougher. 3rd and long coming up.
And they have just not been able to block him at all throughout this game. Seems like every other play, he's doing something in the backfield. Already got 2 sacks, and now here's a tackle behind the line.
They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on 3rd down. They'll keep it on the ground. Saunders, and not much there as he gets it up to about the 5-yard line. It's a gain of just 3, and the offense likely going to yield to the punting unit here on 4th down. Here comes the Lions punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he'll take it just outside the 40. And nice work on the return as he gets about 15 yards back. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. They go play action here on 1st down. Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. His throw incomplete. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. They'll set up to throw. That's going to be caught along the sideline, and what a job of keeping his feet in bounds. They say that's a catch. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. To the sideline. Wow, what a catch. Doesn't get a lot out of it, but he is able to keep the feet in bounds. From the 25, here's 2nd and 6. Looking to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Barton. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. He'll look to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. From 6 yards away. And the Texans are an extra point away from taking the lead in the Super Bowl. Extra point by Butker is on target, and that will put them on top here in the 3rd. A drive that time of 6 plays, and the result, a Houston touchdown. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Fielded right around the 8. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
It's a gain of 34. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Now a give right side. It's Saunders. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Now they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
It'll be a 5-yard pickup there, so from 2nd and 13, they're back to a more manageable 3rd and 8. Hurts sets up to throw it. And that almost intercepted. Oh, they would have loved to have their first pick of the game right there, but at least it does get them to 4th down.
The kick by Elliott is good, and they have regained the lead. Another drive bogs down, but for the fourth time, they're able to escape with 3 points.
And this last one gives them the lead, so that's a good thing. And they've needed every one of these field goals, but it has to feel good to them to know that confidence is there. If we do bog down, they'll give us 3 points.
And here comes the Texans now.
The offense running out, and they are charged up, ready to go after reaching the end zone on their last drive.
And normally I'd warn against getting complacent just because they scored the last time out. But I don't think there's any worries with this group right now. This is a hungry group, and they want to keep building off of their last drive. Now they just want the officials to hurry up and place the ball so they can snap it and get back to work.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Josh Allen, his second sack of the night. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
And that almost intercepted. They would have loved to have their first pick of the game right there, but at least it does get them to 4th down.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Ooh, with a juke. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And the Lions will have excellent field position here as they take over 1st and 10.
And Detroit back in possession of the football.
And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
Hurts.
Open man right side is St. Brown.
And he is going to have a Lions first down by about a yard as they find a way to convert there on 3rd down and 5.
On 1st down, Saunders. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. On 2nd down, it's Saunders, and he's going to be close to a first down as the tackle is made at the Texans' 29. Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty.
Here's Hurts to throw.
And his throw is incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
From the gun, it's Hurts.
And that is incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. And that will keep this a 2-point game.
Well, Brandon, anything beyond 50, you start rolling the dice a bit. And once you get up around 57, 58 yards, the chances of making it go down dramatically. And sure enough, this one winds up no good.
Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here.
See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
No returning this one. It sails out of bounds, and they'll spot it right at the 20. On first down, Hurts. And a catch right side by Evans. So the completion good for 6 yards, and it's second down. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. That is incomplete. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. Throwing is Hurts. He finds his man, complete. That's Saunders. And he'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to fourth down. It's been a fun one through 3. It always is. The final quarter of Super Bowl 62 is coming your way next. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Houston set to take over. And we're at the time in this Super Bowl where, look, they need points, and they need them badly. Trailing here in the fourth quarter as they begin this drive, 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Pierce. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Back to throw. And he whips that one incomplete there. The offense on 3rd down today, they've converted a third of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This is 3rd and 7. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
The Texans send the punter out as he'll come on to kick for a 6th time tonight. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And the tension ratcheting up all around. A 1-score game, 4th quarter of the Super Bowl. This is what you folks came for. Every play with the potential to win or lose a title as they look to drain some time off this clock. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it's 2nd down. They'll look to throw here. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. That one a 1st down pickup of 8.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a 1st down.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. Over the middle, it's complete. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. It's a gain of 10 for the Lions and a 1st down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. And they're going to get this up to midfield. From midfield now on 2nd down. Hurts. Flush. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. And Nick Bosa so quick on the outside. He gets in there to bring him down.
They've gobbled up over 30 yards of turf so far, but a sack knocks them backwards. And that interrupts the momentum they were building. Good opportunity for the defense to escape.
He's going to air one out. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. It'll be a net of 39, 41-yard punt, 2 on the return. And the Texans will take over. And now out comes Houston.
Their defense accomplished step one of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a fourth quarter lead.
Now a play fake here on first down. And he finds Howard complete. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. First play of the drive going for 14 and a first down.
Pierce now up the middle.
And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. It's complete. It's Gore.
They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Throwing the out route and complete. It's Howard.
And he is going to have a Texans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. He's got Gore. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 12 more yards there and another first down. 5th catch of the game for him there.
Yeah, the tight end position is now becoming a volume pass catcher. It used to be occasional, right? Safety valve. Throw one to him every so often, but mainly they want him out there to block. Nowadays, an integral part of the passing game, and they create such great mismatches that they often become the leading receiver.
And he works his way free all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone.
Holding offense.
So that flag obviously takes away the good yardage that they had on the play.
And talk about a momentum shift, because we can visibly see this celebration shifting from one side of the field to the other as soon as everyone saw the flag.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end.
And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw.
To Pierce, they set up the screen.
And this will not be enough. On 3rd and 5, he only gets 3. So a big one coming now for Harrison Butker. This for a fourth quarter lead. Butker's kick here is good. And they have taken the lead here in the fourth quarter. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
Detroit's offense ready to take over. And now they find themselves trailing following the field goal. Still a good amount of time in this fourth quarter, but this drive very well could determine the outcome of this ball game.
Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. Under 4 to go now as they come up on 2nd down. He'll drop to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Sean Murphy-Bunting. And the Texans are going to take possession of the football.
Partner, I think this one went awry very simply because he overestimated his arm strength and his ability to fit it anywhere he wants to. A lot of quarterbacks do that and often pay the price.
A run for Pierce out of the gun.
And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. Second and 9 now. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Howard.
And he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
They're going to look to throw. Over the middle, complete. That's Pierce.
And he is going to have a Texans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. fourth quarter, 2 minutes on the clock in a tight one-point game. Got what they needed there. The drive continues with a 9-yard pickup. Now a handoff for Pierce. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Dameon Pierce, a 13-yard touchdown run. And the Texans are able to build on to their fourth quarter lead. Important extra point up and through, and that will ensure that it will take a touchdown and a 2-point conversion to tie it. Out is the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. So now the Lions down on the scoreboard. A minute 56 to go. They have to have a touchdown to level this Super Bowl as they come up on first down. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Back to throw. He's got a man, complete. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Hurts throw taken in by Evans here. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And it'll be second down. He's been a busy man here in this one, and they're showing off some nice footwork to stay in bounds.
And with those types of catches and the volume that we've seen in this game, wouldn't you keep him busy as well?
I would.
Of course. You got to keep throwing it to him. He keeps making plays.
They'll look to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. First and goal, a touchdown and a 2-point conversion here are musts. Flushed out, and he's into the end zone. No flags. It's a touchdown, and now a 2-point conversion, and we'll be tied here in the final minute.
They got one big call left. Here we go.
Hurts will throw. And it's caught. And with it, we are tied here in the fourth. Huge conversion there to tie this thing up, but they're not done yet. Their defense needs to get a stop.
Yeah, there's still plenty of time for the other team to come downfield and put some points on the board, but job one was taken care of. The 2-point conversion to get this thing tied.
And the football going back over now to the Houston Texans. Well, partner, here it is. They've got the chance to win the game. You'd have to think they need to get it near the opposite 40 to have a chance to kick a game-winning field goal. We'll see what they can do.
And you're right about that, because if we look at it in macro, that's what it looks like. But I think in micro, the head coach has already asked the special teams coach, what is he feeling? What does he think? Where does he want the football? What's the yard line we have to get? And he's already relayed that to his quarterback and his offense. They know what the goal is. Now the key, can they get there?
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for first and 10. Running it out of the gun with Pierce. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 ticks remaining on the clock. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. And Pierce gets it again on second down. And an excellent job of finding the opening as he's got this now all the way down to the 22. And here come the whistles and a timeout with 7 seconds left. Probably had 60,000 thinking pass right there, including us in the booth.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That was a big call, big guts on that one. And guess what? That run, it'll pay dividends.
And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost. And it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. That might just have been the most pressure-filled kick in Super Bowl history, but he stepped up, knocked it through just like it was a Tuesday practice in July.
And if it's not the most pressure-filled, it's certainly right among them. A title on the line, and he comes through. Nails.
This taken in at the goal line.
Star State has a new champion. It's the Houston Texans, kings of the Super Bowl. And when this moment comes, I think you look back at all the blood, sweat, and tears, the offseason, the workouts, training camp, week 1, 2, 3, all building up now to say you're a Super Bowl champion. It's worth it.
It certainly is, and rarely do we have a team that hoists the Lombardi Trophy that didn't have their share of bumps along the way, didn't have to face some adversity in the journey, and now they get to just enjoy it and revel in it. And all offseason, they'll be signing their autographs with Super Bowl champion underneath it.